Back from the top. 1, 2, serious faces. 1, 2, 3.
Shut up. All right. Welcome back to the Otis Shuffles Jr. Show. I have the privilege of having a special guest with us right now, Mr. Mack Daddy himself, the country boy RN. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Hey, so Mack Daddy and I were just talking, and we thought it would be appropriate to jump on here with you because, you know, we've had this thing going on my channel where people want to discuss Tyler Childers' new song, In Your Love. And so...
Is that really the name of it?
In Your Love. Tyler Childers, In Your Love. Up in your love. All up in your love. So, I still haven't watched the video. I honestly, genuinely still haven't watched the video. And Mack Daddy hasn't either.
I haven't even heard this song.
I have heard the song.
I think he's a country artist, right?
Yeah, Childers is a country artist. And so... So I think it's important to have Mack Daddy here with us to see this video for the first time because, you know, Mack Daddy and I, we're a part of the Country Boy Book Club together. We're country boys through and through. Like, as much as I didn't want to be one growing up, I am one, right? And so with that said, that's a great sound bit for this whole channel.
I'm a redneck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know,
my
but
God.
like we are, and you're absolutely right because I was the same way. The reason why I listened to like alternative rock and roll and heavy metal is because I did not want to be a redneck. I didn't want to be a country boy. But yeah, the more I kind of like focused on my life and stuff. I mean, just you know, that's what Lamb of God is. Lamb of God is redneck metal. I mean, that's literally the genre, and then like just go with it. So,
a side note on that: the vocalist of Lamb of God lived for a period in time in Castle Hayne, which, for those of you that don't know, what Castle Hayne is, and I love Castle Hayne.
dude, he grew up. I'm not gonna give the exact place, but he grew up around Lake Waccamaw, like right there.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. He grew up at Lake Waccamaw.
That's incredible. I did not know that.
This is true.
So the thing about that is, man, like we're country through and through, right? We're Southern through and through, and I know that in our experience, you know, seeing the homosexuals in our school it was kind of tough to watch how they were treated, you know, and I think culturally, country culture has historically been perhaps a little less accepted than some other cultures when it comes to, you know, the whole homosexual group, right? And so I think Mack Daddy and I kind of differed from a lot of our peers in which, you know, it might not have been a lifestyle for us. We still understood they were human beings that deserved a level of respect as such, you know. So I found it important to have Mack Daddy, you know, once we both, obviously Mack Daddy's not a country fan, so he's not really going to care about it. But once we both found out we hadn't seen this video yet, it was appropriate for us to watch it together because, and this would be the type of stuff that we would discuss growing up anyway. Man, it's going to be interesting to see. So, without further ado, I think let's get into this thing, man. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see how this would catch people off guard. You know, This has got to get a lot worse.
There it is.
Okay, yep, there it is. Yeah, that's a bit intense. That's a bit intense. I got some stuff to say about it, for sure.
All right,
Oh,
so
man.
like, as a nurse that has worked in the emergency department, like that stuff happens.
What do you mean? What do you mean that stuff happens? What do you mean by that?
Right there, you're like, okay, forget that it's for 2 seconds. That is two homosexuals. I don't. No one cares. If you do care, grow up. But that really does happen. Is your loved one is dying and you're doing what you can, and your loved one looks at you and goes, "No, let me go. This sucks."
Yes, all right. So that's the thing, right? So
you want
This is
to
a
focus
very-
on you want to focus on the homosexual, the gay part of it. But shut up.
Well, that's-
open your
alright.
mind, open your eyes for 5 seconds and look at the love story that's there. Because I'll say it, I feel like this is 90% of what's wrong with 90% of the world today. Is I'm a Christian, okay? If you came to me and you asked me, hey, well, what's your thought about gay marriage? I'm gonna tell you, it's a sin, right? Right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, as a Christian, I believe that it's a sin, but I also live in America, the land of the free. I believe that if you want to go and marry a man or marry a woman, that's your choice. Okay, what you do behind locked doors is your choice. Move on with your life. Look at the message that is being portrayed through this. Close your eyes to the fact that it's two gay men. Who cares? Literally, who cares?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's like people want to get so upset about it, and I mean, okay, here's the thing. I see the reasons why they got so upset. I want to be very clear here. Like, that's on purpose, right? Like, it's one thing that they needed the intimacy part of it to communicate the story, okay? I think that was a necessary part of the whole story that was told in the music video. I don't think the video would have been the same without those, sex scenes in the video, right? With that said, it was done a bit over the top, right? And what I mean by that is it's no different than any heterosexual music video. You know what I mean? Like any like, early mid 2000s like rock video, or any hip hop video that, it's got twerking in it, like those videos are all super sexualized. And so the point is that this song is telling the story, and the video captures reality through story, right? Like that scenario that was played out in the music video is very much reality, right? Like, for somebody's life, they have lived a very similar life that is depicted in that music video. So, as a consumer of art, you have a choice to make. And I think that if you didn't like the music video because you didn't like it being over-sexualized, that is totally understandable. Here's the thing. If you didn't like the over-sexualization of the video, then my recommendation is just don't watch the video again. I think perhaps there was a scenario somewhere in the world in which a parent and child watched the video. And that parent then had to explain, perhaps something they didn't want to explain at that point in time. And I can understand being a bit surprised by being put in that scenario by a Tyler Childers song, out of all places. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand how it was an unexpected move. As a consumer trying to be objective about the situation, I can understand some situations, but the thing is like, how often did that really happen? Did that really happen? It may have not happened, right? Like, in any capacity. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be realistic about it, and I come to the conclusion, in my own personal opinion, that if you don't like it, okay. But I mean, we don't move on, man. Move on. Because the thing is, like, that depicts somebody's life, right? And those people that identify with, that song are just as much, human as you, right? And if, you're American and they're American, they're just as much of an American as you are, right? But my point is, it's like, we've got to give each other space. This tribalism is just, it is in everything that we do. And it's never going to go away, but we need to at least recognize what it is, right? Like, there's the heterosexual tribe, and there's the homosexual tribe, and there's this whatever fight, this morality fight, or whatever it is. And there is no right or wrong there, in my personal opinion. You have your spiritual, your religious right or wrongs, sure, but that is only applicable to one's self, nobody else. Full stop. So, I don't know. It was interesting. It definitely, like, caught me by surprise. This video did. I didn't expect that. Yeah, it was certainly surprising. It certainly was also meant to be that, right? Like,
right.
What is happening was by design.
I'm not saying anything. Like I said, I still stand by the fact that I'm a Christian. For me, it is wrong. If you're offended by that, I'm sorry. That's my own personal opinion, just like you have your own personal opinion. I'll respect you regardless of what your opinion is. But I mean, the fact is there that it's just all it is. I think it's Dave Chappelle who said it. We are all having a human experience.
Mm-hmm. I reference that too much. In fact, in this episode, I probably say that about 10 times because it's so true, man. It's so true. Like, can you imagine, like, being in love with your wife? Like, the feeling of being in love initially, and then settling into real love, and then, like, just knowing that there's this entire group of people that just are disgusted by you. Like, there's a chunk of people that are literally just disgusted by gay people just because they're gay. Can you imagine, like, if somebody was disgusted with you just because you loved your wife? You know what I mean? Like, right. To have that feeling, that true feeling of love, and then to be in any way just, discriminated against because of that, it's just unfathomable what that feels like. I have no idea what that feels like. I also recognize that, the over-sexualization of our society, by these marketing departments and the other people that are interested in society being more sexualized, has driven our society to a point to where people do not want that exposure to their families.
If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for nothing. So,
yep.
yes, I will stand for my Christian beliefs and I will say them. But just because you have a different belief doesn't mean I'm going to look down upon you.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and I really think we need a lot more of that in society, because it seems to me that we're just talking at more and more and listening to less and less, and that's
Right,
never going to
'cause
lead in the right direction. Yeah, I don't know. I guess in closing, that video was interesting, but I certainly think, I think if you're that upset about it, that you're being silly. But that's just me. Anyway, we are going to get into some more music here, and I will see you on the other side of that for some more fun. So stick around. We'll see you on the other side.
I'm a redneck.